All right, this one's gonna be about female correctional officers, was hating on me over there in the prison, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna break this one down about how things work out in the prison when female officers try and holler at you. You don't wanna holler at them, they get in their body, all types of things go on. Sit back, enjoy the ride. Let me do what I do because this is how we do it at the Mecca. Make sure you subscribe while the intro's on. If you're not subscribed, and go back and watch the previous videos, they all fire. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm going to tell you about these female correction officers, right? Matter of fact, we're in Lee County, Virginia. Let's go down to Virginia real quick, all right? Now, first, before I begin, this is a happy birthday dedication to my man Big Trap all the way out, you know what I mean? In, New Orleans, all right? Happy birthday, Trap. Turned 46 today, so I had to give him a shout out. That's my man. Now, I was working in the Unequal, right? The Unequal is where, it's a factory, and in this particular joint, they did Navy jackets. You ever seen those Navy jackets, that got like the V coming down, the meat, they come with one from each shoulder, they come straight down, the meat is gray, and it got the little reflectors on it. But we made those in Lee County, so I'm a professional seamster. You know what I mean? I know how to sew really good. I know how to use the jukey, the singer. I know how to string them up and all that, but I learned that from them. But then I also had a little gig that I created myself that I used to walk around on a compound with a little, what they call a pooper scooper, like a little dustpan and broom, that you hold on to the stick and you sweep the stuff in it. So I used to just walk around that way I could catch the different females, me and a couple of my homies, right? We'll go out there when the yard is clear and everybody's in. We'll go out there with the little pooper scooper and we'll act like we picking up trash. We don't even work there. But, we look good. We picking up trash. As long as they got a, black man, picking up trash, they comfortable. They ain't going to check nothing or nothing like that. So we picking up the joint and the females come walking by. When the females come walking by, we sit there, we looking in, we don't get to see no females. So we sit there, we looking and we see like, damn, she got a fatty. You know what I mean? So we be behind there, while we act like we sweeping. It's just us out there and the female. So that's when we get to throw our little innuendos, So I might be walking, talking to my man and say, man, yo, shorty look good. You see the way them cheeks is bouncing, And they'll sit there and instead of looking back like they surprised, they just start throwing the cheeks even more. You walking by and say, oh, man, I ain't had none in about 15 years. You know what I'll do with that? And my man would say something crazy like, man, I'll palm them by the joints and spread them and pause. Let me ride, because, we got the rat bastards that say, oh, he on pervert time. I'm just keeping it 100. We locked up, man. We ain't around no females. So we talking crazy to females, listening and all that. Then it was this one black female, right? She was married to a dude that was there. The black female was the unit manager, and her husband was also unit manager. They had two separate units. Both of them, and unit managers get 100,000, so they're making 200,000 between the two of them. This female was like a caramel complexion, and she had two-tone lips from smoking too much. The bottom of her lip was all black, and top was beige, and she always wore lip gloss, and she didn't know what to do with her hair. She was an elderly woman, about my age at the time, maybe 45, right? So she walking out of joint. And then she walking, she had a nice little rump, and she used to wear the pants with the pleats in the front, so it kind of like just gave it a nice shape. So I'll be walking, I'll be like, oh man, I tear that up. I know that dude ain't doing that thing right, and I'm talking to the homie, but I'm talking loud enough for her to hear. But that was our little gimmick, I'm like, yo, damn, I tear that up, man, and she'll look back, and everybody else call me Unique. She'll go, Hall. I'd be like, C. That's her, name. I don't want to say her whole name, but her initial. I'd be like, C. And she'd be like, do you belong out here? I'd be like, I'm working out here, ain't I? And she's like, no, but do you have a job out here? I said, yeah, I got a job. I'm doing my job, And I turn around and I walk away. So now she was my unit manager. I used to always sweat them about trying to leave to get transferred to another joint, right? So we had a white case man. She gave a white girl that she was cool with, right? Pay attention to the story. So we got the unit manager, the female, and she married to another unit manager, male. Now, the reason why he got the job, to be a unit manager, and she got the job to be a unit manager, they was in Atlanta when the Cubans had taken over the jail, and, they ran up in the dude. Listen, they got females in. This is how crazy it was. I might tell you all this story. Put in the comments y'all want to hear the story. They got females, hostages, and they got male hostages, and they let the females go, and they said, "Nah, we want him." He had a nasty attitude, so I think they just wanted to punish him. So they ran up in him. Had their way with him, let the females go. The Cubans didn't do nothing to the females. They just ran up in this black dude. So behind that, the BOP give him all types of traumatic stress, all types of stuff he gets. So they get all kind of benefits. So now, the two of them in the joint. So I used to tell a man, you sitting there with your husband and you already know he like playing with his back door, She'd be like, watch your mouth, whore, watch your mouth. I'd be like, come on now, look at your lips. You got sexy lips. And she like, and start licking a big ugly ass two-tone lips. You hear all that noise, and she thinking that's sexy. And I'm telling her, oh man, I do with them lips. And she'll look at me, roll her eyes, look down, say, oh, don't talk to me like that. And I said, nah, my bad. I was talking out loud. That was just my thoughts, So now, when she walking down the stairs, I make sure I go open the door for her, and I stand at the top of the stairs because she always got a bunch of papers, and I'm watching her walk down the stairs, right? So while I'm watching her walk down the stairs, I'm seeing the little cheeks jiggling, and I'm looking, I'm saying, yo, Miss C, you know what I do with that? And she'll look back. She said, you wouldn't know what to do with it. I said, oh, I got her. She talking that shit back. See, that's one thing. Once a female talk back to you, you got her. That's why, nothing pisses a dude more off than when a female don't even respond to his, bull crap. But she responded, so I said, oh, I got her, So the next day I'm walking out there at 10:30, and here she come walking out here, cheeks everywhere. I said, Miss Chambers, man, don't call me in your office no more. She said, I wasn't planning on it, but why would you say that? I said, because I can't resist looking at them lips, man. I've been going on 2 decades, man. Been 15 years, man. Oh, my God. She like, stop it. I'd be like, man, stop that crap. You know what I mean? So now, she hires this female. Pay attention, because we riding. Let me ride. So now we got this white female they put in there. She had the same last name as me. So now they put her in there, and she my case manager. So she's supposed to be doing the paperwork. She had a little juicy, but she looked like an incest baby. And she was married to this real cool white dude, young boy. They was both young, maybe in their late 20s, Man, the dude was real cool. Me and him got along real good. You never even know they was married except they had the same name. This female was screwing everything on the compound, the young girl. Yeah, and then she had a wart. She had a wart right here on her nose, a big old wart on her nose. I couldn't even picture, getting her head and looking down at that nasty wart, picture mucus. Oh, gosh. But anyway, right? So everybody hitting him, right? And my case manager that works on the other side of the unit that I'm at, he trying to hit her, right? So now he's trying to hit her. There's a old head that got this, that's a counselor in another unit, and counselor's at the bottom of the totem pole. But he befriended her like he's trying to show her the ropes because he's been in the system like 20-something years. So he befriended her, and next thing you know, he boning her or whatever. So I'm at work one day, right? I'm in a Unequal, right? So when I'm in a Unequal, I sent some papers back, and I tell one of the homies, about a nice little stack, maybe about 200-300 pages, right? So I sent back the 300 pages. I said, yo, tell the case manager I need this copied for me, because, the case manager copies shit all day when it's dealing with your case. They copy, your transcripts, your court documents, your motions, your direct appeal, everything. So I sent back a bunch of stuff because they say she copying stuff. So now I go back, right, to go pick it up. And when I go back at, dinner time, when I get off work, take my shower, I go back over there and knock on the door. She comes out the door and she bring me a big old stack like this. I think my man asked for 3 copies. And then she also brought me a little slip, right? She brought me a little slip, right? And told me, here, it's $35. I said, $35? I can't say you don't charge nobody else because that's ratting, that's dry snitching. I can't say you don't charge nobody else. So I looked at it, I said, look, man, I've been in here 15 years. Never will I pay for copies to get my freedom when y'all the one holding me here and all the money, jewels and cars and property you took from me. Give me my papers. You know what I mean? So I snatched the papers out of her hand. And, I did it so aggressively. She was scared to death, but I didn't violate her space. I just reached over and said, man, give me my, went and walked off. So now she's scared, so she go go tell the case manager that work on the other side, because they both case manager, and the case manager trying to hit a little, think he a pretty boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, always got the moose in and all that. So the two of them back there, he trying to hit it, but she already hitting the counselor from another unit. So while he trying to hit it, she tells him, oh, I don't know, who Hall think he is. He's too aggressive. He snatched the papers from me, and he sat there and crumpled up, the receipt he gave me. Get out of here with that crap. Give me my papers. You know what I mean? And when she told him, he comes out there and he yells, oh. So I'm in my room. I got a cell and they hated this. I had cell, I think it was 102. 101, yeah, 103. I had cell 103 in the TV right in front there, so I go in there, cover my back window up, turn the lights off, leave the door open, and I could lay in the bed and watch TV from in the bed. I had a little Marshall speaker sitting on the side, so it's like I got a whole movie theater in my cell. So, they hate it when they walk by and they see me so comfortable, and I'm in there, and we had cigarettes and Black and Mild. I'm in there smoking my Black and Mild after I smoke my joint. I'm chilling. So he called me, I ignored him. So he comes all the way over to my room, and when he comes to my room, he comes like he got attitude, and the girl is at the door, the other door, watching from the unit team door, right? And my joint right across the joint. So he comes running up over there, he says, oh, you know what I mean? And I'm laying in the bed, and I'm high as a kite, just drunk a little white light and the two joint kicking in. I done ate. I got nigga-itis. I mean, I'm sitting there. I said, what's up, Ryan? And he said, no, Miss Hall told me that you did this and you did that. I said, what? I said, yo, first of all, she tried to charge me to make some copies. I never paid none of y'all nothing. You know that and you know better than that. He said, yeah, but Hall, you can't do that. You're making me look bad because she come to me, and by right, we really supposed to charge y'all, at least 10 cents a copy. You gave me X amount of pictures. I'm doing a video, homie. I said, man, I don't care nothing about that crap. He said, yo, but do me a favor, man, fall back because I'm trying to hit it, man. You know what I mean? So at least, let her think that I talked to you and you got her in order. I said, yeah, but what you gonna do for me? He said, man, I put you in to go to a medium at your next, team review, but she's my unit manager. I said, yo, but she my unit manager. If she beefing with me, how you gonna tell me that you gonna put me in? He said, man, I got this, man. Let me do this because I'm the one training her. He was the case manager. Case manager do your case, do the transfers, things like that. Said, I'm the one that got it. I got it. I said, yeah, I'm gonna just stay away from her, So he go, well, could you apologize? I said, hell no, never would I apologize to a cracker. He looked at me, he jumped. I said, yeah, to a cracker. We up in the mountains, Virginia, so they don't really look at it like we crazy. So then now, I leave, right? I go back. So when I walk by, I see him. I said, how you doing, Miss Hall? And I went on out the unit, So that was big for me to even speak to after I done snatched the papers from her. So now we leave, and I go outside. Now, I'm at Unequal, right? And here comes the counselor from the other unit. Now, the counselor from the other unit, he comes in, right? And he says, yo, Hall, Mr. P, that's his name. Their last name start with P. He was married to a trailer park, older white, he old too, he was in his 50s, and he was married to this old white lady in her 50s, and, looked like old motorcycle chick, but she was real nasty looking, always dirty. Like she'll walk right across the mud, the bottom of her pants be having mud all on it, but she had a fat little rump, so dudes used to look at her, but she was old in the face, looked like a Seahawks. I didn't pay her no mind, but, she walked down the joint, and dudes would be yelling at her, talking about, yo, Miss P, I'll break something off in you crazy, and she'd turn around, and she'd yell in front of everybody. She was a lieutenant, so she had to turn around and say, you wouldn't do a damn thing to this. You ain't seen no, and you could stop that. man, by the time you get out, they're going to have spaceships out there and they're going to have virtual females, you know? And we laugh like a mother, virtual females. And here it is. I come home, they got virtual females. Dudes getting off. Yeah. You know, I guess the little hooker was right. So now we sit there, right? And me and her in the joint, right? So me and her always got along, right? And she'd be like, yo, Ho, you been down a long time. Because her and her husband worked in ADX too. You know what I mean? They came from out of ADX. Said, yeah, you know, I known you a long time from ADX, da-da-da. Everybody speak honorably of you. You a different type of dude, da-da-da-da. You know, and I'm looking at her. I said, yeah, well, what you getting at? She said, you want some? I said, what? You know, only thing I need is stamps. She said, stamps? I said, yeah. I said, what else could you give me but some stamps so I can survive in here? She grabbed the crotch and looked at me. I said, Miss P, go on with that. I'll break you something crazy. You wouldn't be able to handle this, and I wouldn't even want, you know, to get the murder charge after, you know, had a heart attack trying to keep up with this anaconda. And, you know, so she bust out laughing, and she grabbed her breast, and this in front of everybody. She grabbed her breast in front of everybody and pushed him up, you know, and she pushed him up. I said, you know, yeah, I fit in between there, but your mouth look a little tight, you know. And she'd be like, tight? How you talking about my mouth tight? Da, da, da. And she'd run in her mouth. But that was the wife. Now I'm going to ride to the husband. So the wife trying to find somebody to screw in there. At the same time, the husband laid back. He get along with all the homies. So, you know, the homie tell me about him. I was already with him in ADX, so I knew who he was. But they tell me how cool he is on the compound and how he can make moves. So he came all the way over there to the Unequal to come see me. I'm over there on my singing machine. I'm sewing the jackets. I'm sewing the jacket. And he said, yo, hold on, let me talk to you for a minute. He said, yeah, what's up? He said, nah, I need to talk to you in the office. So he take me up in the office. It's not even his because he don't work in Unequal. He take me to the supervisor's office and he said, Hall, man, listen, man. You're giving Miss Hall a hard time. You know what I mean? I said, I ain't giving no hard time. That shit over. I already talked to, you know, to Ryan. He said everything was good. And he said, yeah, well, she came to me and, you know, she told me that, you know, the way you talk to her and you take the papers and you stick your chest out, you this and that. She said, Hall, I know you got juice on the compound. I ain't got no problem with that. But let me tell you what my dilemma is. My dilemma is I've been hitting that. You know what I mean? Her husband don't know a damn thing about it. I'm boning her back out. This is what's going on. You know, he said, so all I'm asking you to do is just, you know, on the strength of me, our relationship in ADX, fall back and just relax and, you know, let me do what I got to do, you know. So I'm like, yo, you know, what's in it for me? You know, he said, all right, this is what I'm going to do, you know. He said, what you want? I said, man, give me 100 books, you know. He opened up his little briefcase and he pulled out 100 books. I said, oh, man, at $5 a book. So you already know. So he pulls out the 100 books and he throws them on the table. He said, man, come on, man, respect that. That's mine, you know. I said, yeah, but then why she even try to talk to me like that? And he said, man, listen, Unique. You know, he called me Unique, the female black unit manager. She calls me Hall. So he goes, Unique, listen, man. He said, I've been boning back out. She got good head. You see how fat that ass is? He said, she old country girl. She never even been around black people. She said, you know, the closest she been to a black person is if she's in the mall and she walked past a black person. Never been to school with a black person, never sat down with a black person, never ate with a black person, and definitely don't have a black friend. So to meet a black person from New York as aggressive as you, it got her all the way discombobulated, but that's what's keeping me deep up in the cheeks. I said, as a matter of fact, let me get another 100 books. And, you know, he started laughing. He opened the briefcase out. He threw another 100 books up there on the counter. You know what I mean? You know, I said, all right, now we cool. So he said, but you got to remember, man, that she never been around black people, man, you know, and you intimidate her, you know. I said, all right, you got that. He did the right thing. But now the case manager, he already promised that he going to put me in for a transfer. So now, you know, I go back to the unit and, you know, she must have been complaining to the unit manager, whatever. So I had long dreads down my back at the time. Right? I think I got a picture here. This is me and the Chinese dudes. This is me a picture of me and the Chinese dudes with my dreads. You know what I mean? But this before they grew. This 2009. This in 2000. No, this 1999. This picture was taken. Yeah, right. 1999. We taken in 1999, and I'm talking about 2004. You know, so you know, got a couple of years, so the, you know, dreads a little longer. So I'm chilling. So now, you know, I go in there to the case manager, you know, Miss Hall, and Miss C is in there. So Miss C said, Hall, get in here. She didn't say, come in here, can you come in? She said, Hall, get in here. I said, damn, oh, you ready for me? She said, I said, get in here. It's the way she talking to. She older lady like a mother figure. You know, she my age, she old. I break her back, so I look at it as a mother figure, not even as a regular figure. You know? So she said, get your ass in here. So I go in there. I said, what's I said, close the door. So I sit down. She said, yo, why are you terrorizing that white girl? I said, I ain't terrorizing. I said, she told me that you snatched the papers out of hand and da. And you know, and she having people talk to you. You need to stop that. What you got, jungle fever? I said, jungle fever. I said, yo, listen to Miss Smith. Miss C, let me tell you like this. I'll break your back 100 times. What you think I would do with one of these little fragile white girls? And she just bust out laughing. You know what I mean? But I know it got a voice. You know, she bust out laughing. I said, yo, Miss C, you know, let's stop the game. I don't want no white woman. Last white woman y'all had here was schooling all the homies and wound up, you know, giving them the monster. You know? And she said, yeah, I know. I said, so then what make you think that I want something in here? She said, oh, so, you know, the door closed. If I was to give you something, you wouldn't take it? I said, nah, I wouldn't take it. She said, stop playing. And she get up, she walk around her desk, and she stand up in front of me. She older chick, so she had these big-ass boobs. Like I said, she had a nice little plump rump with the little pleated pants. So she stands in front of me with her little stomach. She ain't even had no stomach. She look at her. So she stands in front of me, and she got a crotch all in my face, and I'm sitting there like this. And she said, oh, so you trying to tell me that I don't turn you on? I said, yeah, you turn me on, but, you know, I'm saving mine for when I get home. You know what I mean? I said, I don't seen too many people mess with, you know, the staff and wind up catching stuff from the staff. Oh, but you saying I'm dirty? I said, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I want to go home and give mine to my woman. You know? And she said, get out my office. So now she tells me to get out. So now I get out, and, you know, the next, about, you know, 2 days later, that day when I went in there, I had my hair braided. I used to, you know, braid my hair back in plaits, the dreads and plaits. And then when I let them out, they get bushy. So when I went in, I had them in the plaits, right? So now, for 3 days, I got them in the plaits. I go in the kitchen every time I see she looking at me gritting, and I look at her, and I just give her a little head nod, you know, and keep going. I see her tighten up. That nigga don't even nod at me. You know, I get my tray. I sit down the whole time I'm eating. She sees, and then her man come over there. He talking to her the whole time. He talking. She looking at me. She furious, right? So now, 2 days later, you know, it was going to be visit on Friday. They had a Friday visit that night. And my peoples came in from New York down to Virginia. So I let my dreads out, you know, from early in the day, let them air out. And when you braid them when they wet and you let them out, they look curly, like how you seen Young Thug had the blonde dreads looking all curly. That's just when you take regular long dreads to give y'all some game. You know, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Cash App on the screen. Make sure you hit the Cash App and see it was created 2020, not 2023 or 2024. All right, so now, you know, when they let the dreads out, after they, you know, they wet and you braid them and they dry up, they curly. So I go in there, big, bushy head full of beautiful curly locks. You know what I mean? So I'm walking in the joint. I got my joint on, my dreads bouncing on my shoulder, and, you know, I got my headphones on, listen to my music, and she watching me the whole time, you know? So I sit down to go eat, and she came over there and she said, where'd you get those from? I said, what? She said, those extensions. I said, what extensions? She said, you just came in my office the other day, and you here with like this thick, and now it's this thick, you know? I said, come on, man, get out my face, Miss C. So, you know, she said, no, okay. So she leaves. So now, after I eat, me and the homies walking out the kitchen, Lieutenant walked up to me with two of his little goons, and he said, yo, Hall, step to the side. We need to see you. I said, about what? He said, nah, follow us to the lieutenant office. I said, nah, I ain't going without my homie. You know, because, you know, when they try and take you aside to talk to them, you don't do that, because if you don't tell somebody to go with you, now people going to speculate what you could have said. And if you didn't bring nobody, they could say you said anything, you can't defend that. I said, nah, I'm not going to let my homie go. They said, all right, well, come on. So me and the homie go in the joint. So we go in there. She said, dude said, yo, you know, bend your head over. You know, I said, bend my head over. I said, what kind of freak time you on? He said, no, I'm over here. Your friend is right there. I'm just saying, bend your head over because Miss C feel like, you know, you smuggled in extensions. I said, extensions where? For what? She said, you're here. You know what I mean? I said, man, get up out of here. And he said, yeah, we need to feel your hair to make sure it's not extensions because we don't sell extensions on the compound. I said, man, this is my hair. And he said, well, she said you had a bald head the other day. And they pull out a picture and show me my dreads, you know, braided, looking like little cornrows on my back. So it's flat on my head like this. Now I got a head full of hair like this. So now here she come walking in. So she come walking in. She said, it's extensions, right? It's extensions, right? And he said, nah, we didn't touch it. I said, nah, matter of fact, you put the gloves on. You come touch it. You just mad because your hair ain't no longer than a minute. You know what I mean? And my joint is an hour long, you know? So she come over there, she put the gloves on, and she rub her fingers through my hair. She pulling on my locks, and she's trying to feel where they was extended on. And I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? You pull it on, and she getting mad as she's doing it. I said, yo, but see, relax, man. She said, no. She said, okay, it's not extension, so they let me go. So I go back. So when I go back, I waited till after child, she walking back, and I said, yo, Miss C, what's up? You know, what was that all about? And she said, no, I thought it was extensions. I'm doing my job. I said, oh, you was doing your job when you threw your crotch in my face in the office and I turned you down? But that's why I did it. I said, whoa, so now we getting to the point. You mad because I turned you down. I said, Miss C, look, you too old. I came in at 29. Right now I'm 45. You about 45. You know what I do with a 45-year-old woman with all this backed upness I got from 29 to 45? I ain't been up in a woman. So you know what I do to you? I like you. I don't want a murder charge for punishing you, because if you get a heart attack with me up in you, I'm never getting out of prison, you know? And she said, get it out my face. I said, yeah. All right. So I get back to the unit, and here go the white case man that was trying to hit the little chick. He said, yo, you know, I need you to go ask her for some copies. I said, man, I'm not talking to that lady. He said, no, go ask her for some copies, because then she gonna run to me because, you know, I started hitting it. And now that I'm hitting it, she act like she want to keep dealing with the counseling, don't want to give me none no more, you know? And he said, I already threatened to tell her husband. I said, whoa, right there, I don't even want to mess with you. You talk about you threatening to tell her husband that she give. I said, dude, so now you ratting on a booty cat, you know? And he said, nah, I wasn't going to do that. I just told her I was going to do that. I said, man, you dead wrong. He said, nah, but she get a good head. I said, but how you look down at that mole on her nose? You know what I mean? He said, nah, what I do is I close my eyes. You know what I mean? I said, you close your eyes? I said, okay, so when you grab her by the head and you grab her by the face and your thumbs touch her nose and you feel that big-ass wart, what do you think? He said, man, I ain't never grabbed her by the face. I said, man, you had to grab her by the face and work it. And he looked at me. I said, how you white boys get head? You know? And he started laughing. He said, man, just go ask for some carpets. I said, you ain't tell all this woman, did you? He said, nah, I would never do that. I just told her I was going to do that. So I go knock on the door. She comes to the door. I said, yo, hey, I gave her another big stack of papers. I said, here, I need this copy, you know? And she looked at me. She just took it. She went in the back. Right? So now he comes back out and he brings me the papers already copied. So he come out and said, yo, what happened? Why she ain't bring it? He said, nah, so I need you to do. You know what I mean? He said, she copied, but she's scared of you. So the way you grabbed it from her last time, she don't want to do it. He said, yo, but I've been boning her back out. You know? So we just start laughing, right? So then here comes the other dude that's hitting it now. He comes up at the same time while me and him talking. He walks in the back, and my man looks at me when he walks in the back, and I seen the look on his face like he pissed that this dude actually, you know, came there like that. I said, yeah, all right. So he goes in the back, and now they close the door, and all you hear, So everybody all the inmates run to the door so they can listen, you know, to her getting boned, because we all know what's going on. So she in the back getting boned, doing her thing. So then he comes back out, and he said, yo, come here for a minute, you know. So he pulled me aside, and my homie with me. I said, yo, come on, homie. So he came over. He said, yo, you know, I ain't going to put out there what we talking about, but, you know. And he went in his pocket, he gave me another 100 books. He said, man, you the man. I said, yeah, I know. Make sure you cop the book of Rowan Harlem, man. All right? Cop the book of Rowan Harlem. I'm about to tap out at rowanharlem.com. Get the merchandise, all that. You know how we do. All right? Let's get this thing popping, man. Let's go.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
yeah.
He back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.